I don't think I've ever done a Facebook Live before, so I'm super excited to try this today. I'm in my healing space at WeWork in Mexico City, where I do energy healing sessions, tarot readings, astrology readings, and angel readings. And actually, this idea came about because a few days ago I asked on Facebook if anyone like on my page had had a tarot reading before, and a lot of people said no. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit about how I use tarot. I don't actually use it to predict the future because I think it's a lot more helpful to heal where we are right now, including beliefs, fears, and anything that like keeps us from stepping up and doing what we're meant to do or what we would really love to do. And for me, that's where a really good like tarot reading comes in, especially if we combine it with energy healing or Reiki. Something really funny happened when I was writing my Chakra Healing Magick book. In that book, I talk about the chakras, which is like the energy centers in the physical body, that they're like tubes of light that cross our body, and from the bottom up, it's like the colors in the rainbow. And I also talk about how we can heal the aura, which is the sphere of light that surrounds the physical body, where all of our energy, emotions, beliefs, and experiences are stored. And as part of any healing session, whether it's energy healing, Reiki, or Theta healing, part of what we do is fill the energy like that surrounds us, or the aura that surrounds us, with love, with light, and pretty much clear emotions, feelings, beliefs, and like any traces of sadness, doubt, guilt, anger that are left over from previous experiences, so that every new day we can approach anything that happens that day, the people we meet, the opportunities we have, with kind of like a fresh face, a little bit more excitement, and a lot more lightness of being. And it's funny because as I was writing Chakra Healing Magick, which to a certain degree, I think I channeled the archangels, because that's one of the things that we talk about in the book. I was writing the book and like, I don't know where it came from, but I just kind of started writing without ever being thought of this in my life, about how the different suits or elements in tarot, which is fire, earth, air, and water, correspond to the layers of the aura. In energy healing school at the School of Intuition and Healing in London, we like learn to divide the aura into 4 very thick layers, one that corresponds to the physical body, to the mental body, the emotional body, and the spiritual body. The physical layer is everything that turns into a physical symptom. Mental layer is all of our beliefs, our attitudes, how we see life, the things we think about, what we think, how we think about ourselves and other people. The emotional layer is how we feel on any given day and emotional reactions to life. And then the spiritual layer has like the blueprint for our natal astrology charts, and that talks a lot more about why certain people react to life in a certain way, why maybe for me it's super easy to read a book and understand it, but initially when I was trying to connect with other people's feelings and emotions and get a sense of how they were doing, like the empathy part didn't come as easily to me, and I've had to work a lot on that. And that's just because I had like tons of air, which is emotions, and tons of air, which is like thoughts, logic, analytical skills, and very little planets in water, which is like empathy, emotions, and intuition. But as you can see, I do this for a living now, so we can all learn to develop the skills that we're short on. And as I was writing the book, like what came to mind was that the suits in the tarot deck, so batons is fire, swords is air, cups is water, and coins or pentacles is earth, correspond to those layers in the aura. And that when we're actually doing a tarot reading, like more than asking about what's going to happen in the future, we can ask about a given situation and where our inner stumbling blocks are. So for example, if I'm doing a reading for someone and a lot of cards relating to water come up, that tells me that in healing sessions we need to focus on their emotions, on how they feel about things, how they react to life, if it's like balanced emotionally or not. And individual cards will tell us like very specifically what the feeling or belief is that needs to be healed. And in this way, like the past 3 years, I guess, since I published the book. Whenever I do a tarot reading, it's focused a lot more on empowering the Reiki session or the energy healing. And hey, Sherry. Hi, Lou. St. Mansell. So good to see people jumping in. So yeah, so when we look at the images that come up, whether it's fire, earth, air, water, and generally how the pictures make us feel, we can get a sense of what we need to work on in the healing session so that that part of our lives can open up, whether someone's asking about love or work or their passion or hobbies or family relationships. And it's very interesting because the image part of tarot helps us make the healing conscious because we're looking at it. And I'm going to start showing you a few pictures. And this is a deck that I really like that's called Shadowscapes Tarot. And if you click on the link in the video, you'll see a little bit more about that deck in particular and how I use it. It's a gorgeous deck, and I got this one primarily, I think, for people who are scared of cards so that I'd be able to give them readings because the pictures are quite beautiful, but they don't shy away from the image. And they have a lot to do with like fairies, nature. Here we have a swan that's caught up in swords and like in a little bit like of a nightmare of his own making. And this is what this 8 of Swords is about often. It's like our thoughts getting the best of us and going around things over and over again until we're kind of like not seeing clearly and a little bit more scared than we should be about whatever we're facing. I'm gonna pick out a beautiful card. 10 of Cups is about like emotional fulfillment, happiness. This is a really pretty deck. I'm not going to show you all the cards, but if you get a reading, you'll see the one that's like meant for you. And generally what we get is like something like a storybook picture of your life that tells us what we can focus on. To answer Lou St. Mansell, can we help heal inner child wounds in womb and newborns with reading and with Reiki? Yes, of course. Hey, Jaspinder, welcome. The really cool thing about energy healing in general and Reiki is that like we're here now, but like time and space is, I guess from like a quantum physics point of view, something that's like a little bit limited to our 5 senses. So it is completely possible to send healing to ourselves when we were children, to ourselves when our moms were pregnant with us. And if you read my book, Chakra Healing Magick, in chapter 5, where we talk about how to awaken our inner healing abilities and how to channel energy healing, the very last technique that I give you is one for sending healing to the past to yourself at like a different point in time. And you can focus it very much so on your inner child, whatever happened when your mom was pregnant with you. And the cool thing about healing is we don't always need to be conscious about what it is that we're healing, as it just kind of flows and we'll start feeling the feelings and feeling the emotions and getting a sense of whatever happens. And with Reiki and energy healing, you feel that emotion on the way out, but whatever you're feeling, if it's not something pretty, which happens often, it's okay because we know that's what we're healing and what we're letting go of. So this was like a super quick introduction. This weekend I'm going to be playing around doing 5 taster readings on this thread, so please go ahead and leave a comment if you have a specific question and if you're willing to have a reading done for yourself publicly as well. And if you'd like a private reading, I offer readings through my blog, and generally what the reading consists of is a guided clairvoyant like energy healing meditation where we go through the steps that we would be doing in an energy healing session one-to-one in person. And then at the end I pull 3 to 5 cards for you and give you a little bit of homework on how to meditate with the cards, how to do journaling on them, and those same cards are usually part of the healing meditation. Send me a message if you'd like to book a reading. I would be so happy to give one to you. But obviously I think like the coolest thing we can do is to learn to heal ourselves so that we don't need to go to somebody else for that. And if you follow the link that's on this video, you'll get a little bit of an introduction to energy healing with tarot. And then there's a links to my book in different countries around the world on Amazon, so that if you'd like to try it out, it walks you through the whole process. And I'm hoping to do more Facebook Lives. When I wrote the book 3 years ago, I was planning on doing one every week, and I haven't. But I'd love to do this more often, so please go ahead and send me a note if you have any questions. And if you'd like to try it for yourself, check out the book. Though Chakra Healing and Magic talks about lots of different ways to heal ourselves with creativity and intuition. Tarot is just one of them. We can also use crystals, we can use mandalas, we can use music, we can use coloring, we can use drawing. And you'll get all of that in the book, Chakra Healing and Magic. Hope you enjoy it, and thank you so much for joining. I'm going to stick around for a few more minutes and see if people have questions. Merkam Bessie, she has a little dilemma transitioning on career change. Yes, of course, that's something I could do a reading on. I'm going to give a chance for like a few more people to comment, and I will most likely be doing the readings, the taster readings, either Saturday or Sunday. So thanks so much, everyone. Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Make sure you do something fun, enjoyable. And check out the blog post that's in the link so that you can get a little bit more information on how this works. Love to hear from you. Take care.